Good afternoon, and welcome to Fighting Spirit Karate's 5th Kobudo class. I hope everyone is well and staying healthy. We will begin by bowing in. Moxo, eyes closed. Moxo Yame, we bow. Ray. Everybody up. Bow in your right hand. Lower the bow, raise the bow. Lower the bow, raise the bow. Lower, raise, lower, raise, lower, raise. Switch hands. Again, lower the bow, raise it. Lower, raise, lower, raise, lower, raise. Good. If you are fortunate enough to work out with someone, just make sure you're not going to hit them or hit anything in your room. So bow to the left and then the right. If you have to, choke up on the bow. The idea is you want to keep your forearm as straight as possible and just pivot. So you're working on arm strength. It's better to do it right than to get the technique wrong. Switch hands. Good. Put the ball on your shoulders. Pivot and stretch. This is just work loosening up the back and the other muscles. It's been a fairly cool spring, and working out outside, you really do want to make sure you warm up properly. Okay, good. Let's do basics, Hojundos. Once again, we will do the initial 5 Hojundos, which are strikes, and it'll work from the top down. Overhead strike. Ich. Knee. San. Shi. Remember, your palm is on top, supporting the direction of the strike. The bow is on your arm rather than under it. Sich. Punch. Ku, Ju. 45-degree strike. So the strike will come in at an angle. Target zone is the collarbone. The chamber, once again, at the shoulder. Ich. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Broke. Sich. Hotch. Ku. Ju. As always, the palm supports the direction of the strike, so it's on a 45-degree angle. The bow is on the side of your arm. Chest strike. The target zone is your opponent's ribs. You will be on a slight downward angle. The idea is you're fighting yourself as your target. You're trying to get under the elbow. And if I'm trying to get under the elbow, and the bow is on top of above my elbow at the back, there's going to be a slight downward angle. Ich. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Broke. Sich. Hotch. Ku. Ju. Low strike. In Kobudo, in the last 3 basics, we were in a relatively high stance, very shallow stance, almost like a fighting stance. We are now going to go into a deeper stance as we strike for the lower part of the leg. Ich. knee, sun, she, go, rope, sitch, hutch, ku, ju. Good. Our last technique will be a kamai, which is an inside to outside block, and then slide in ski, or a punch to the throat. Everybody left foot forward. Hitch. Knee. Sun. Chi. Go. Rope. Sit. Hutch. As I do the ski, as I bring the bow back, I try to have the bow travel as straight a line as possible to come straight in rather than dipping. Think of the analogy is think of an eye bolt at your solar plexus. The bow should be sliding through that eye bolt. Ku, ju. With the kamai, the idea is you don't travel a large circle. The weapon, your attack's not going to come in down low, likely. It's coming in at your upper body, so a small inside to outside block. Not this, this. And then the ski is to the throat. Alright? So we'll now do the next 5 Ojundos. First of all, I'd like to note that I've got all 3 kids here with me today, Josie, Liam, and Josh. So it was just a joke last week. I did need them.
We're not clones.
Yeah. Besides, we wouldn't eat Josh. He doesn't have that much meat on his bones. The next set of Ojundos. Block low. Oh, this is the punch yourself in the ear block. And then strike high. So this is out of Sushinako. Hitch. Knee. Sun. Chi. Go. Rope. So with this block, the idea is the attack's coming low. And as Josh's bow hits the end of my bow, it's going to pivot at my hand, around my hand. That's the fulcrum. What's supporting that bow from flying that way is my arm up by my head. And the arm is preventing it from going, pushing away, and it supports the block. Ku. Ju. Relax. So the next move is a block attack combination. So what you are going to do is we're going to step forward. The bow is, you're going to pivot with your hips and pivot either to the right or to the left, and you're going to use the bow to clear the attack in front of you. This is a clearing of a low attack. Once you clear the attack, you turn and either strike the foot or strike the groin. I think the groin is a better target. Everyone right foot forward. Hitch, clear, spear. Knee, switch hands. Sun. As I finish the move, the bow is up once again. It's on my arm. It's the same chamber position as before. Turn, spear. Hutch. Ku. back to ready. Now you'll notice ready position. Our hands on our hip. Bow is out in front. This is almost as if it's a fighting position. Next move will be the sand throw, the sunu uke. So what you're going to do is you're going to change hands, and as you step forward, you want to drag the bow in as straight a line as possible towards your opponent. And the idea is you are either throwing dirt or sand into their face. Itch. Knee. Remember that the line should be as straight as possible. You don't want to be doing that. If your opponent's straight in front of you, doing this is not going to put the dirt into his face. It's not going to act as an effective distraction. Sun. She. Go. Rope. Sitch. Hotch. True. Jew. Now, what would you do after doing that sand throw? You would step in to a ski. If your opponent's blinded and can't see what's coming at him. Next move. Step forward into a 45-degree horse stance. You are blocking down. This is almost like kamae, except it's down. It's a lower block. The bow turns over. Itch. Knee. You're on a 45-degree angle, but the attack's coming in from in front, so your focus is straight ahead. San. She. Go. Rope. Sitch. Hotch. Ku. Jew. Go back to ready. Final Hoshundo. Uppercut or chin strike. Step in, ski, but you're skiing with the back of the bow. It's a jam. Change hands, itch, jam. Go back to ready. Itch. Knee. San, you'll notice I do the strike to the chin, and then I step. Go. Rope. Sitch. Hotch. Ku. Jew. Go back to ready. Good. Brian, I hope you didn't hit any walls this time. Yeah. Okay, so let's do token, kame, no kon sho, the first kata. As always, we start out our katas in Musubadachi, heels together, toes apart. We bow, onigashimasu.
Onegashimasu.
Yoi, bow comes under the arm. Itch, turn, block. Knee, parry, strike, ski. San, switch hands, turn and block. Punch yourself in the ear block from Hoshundos. 4, parry, ski. Go, block, rope, parry and strike. Sitch, high, good, ku, Jew. Itch. Knee. San. She. Go. Rope. Good. Sit. Hotch. 2. Come back to ready. Arigato. Gozaimasu. So, Token Kame no Konsho, as we've said before, is Takioko 1 with a bow. The footwork is all the same. The turn is the same. So the reach behind the long turn is the same. Once again, Token Kame no Konsho. Stay together. No count, go slow. Onigashimasu.
Onigashimasu.
Yoi. Hajime. Begin.
Hey!
Come back to ready. Yoi. Arigato. Okay. So that we'll do the next bow kata. Papu Hakusho. As Token Kame no Konsho. As Token Kame no Konsho is based on Takioko 1. Papu Hakusho is based on Geksai Dai. Onigashimasu.
Onigashimasu.
Yoi. Comes around, hand and feet separate. Bow comes up and you reach under your chin. Step back. Side head. Come on. Turn. 45-degree head block. Step out. Chest strike. Ski. Step back. Block down. Switch both hands. Back foot slides up. 45 head block. Chest. Ski. Block down. Turn. Chest strike. Switch hand. Chest strike. Switch hand. Overhead. Ski. Fall away. Block. Pivot. Jam. Block. Step in. Chest strike. Switch hands. Chest strike. Switch hands. Step back. Chest strike. Switch hands. Overhead. Ski. All the way. Long block. Pivot. Jam. Block. Step back at a 45-degree angle. Come on. Ski. Switch both hands. Turn. Step back. Side head strike. Come on. Ski. Switch both hands. Overhead block. Come on. Ski. Come back to ready. Arigato gozaimasu. We'll do that one more time. Papu Hakusho. My count. Onigashimasu.
Onigashimasu.
Yoi. Bow comes under your arm. Bow comes around. That's actually a strike to the chin, similar to what the Hojundo was.
Well, we demonstrate. What the shell.
So, Masubadachi. Onigashimasu. Yoi. Hand and feet separate. Push the bow up. Step back. Side head. Come on. Turn. 45 block. Chest. Ski. Step back. Block down. Turn and block. Chest. Ski. Block. Turn. Chest strike. Switch hands. Chest strike. Switch hands. Overhead. Ski. Fall away, long block. Pivot, jam, block. Step and strike. Switch hands. Step and strike. Switch hands, step back. Step and strike. Overhead. Ski. Fall away. Block. Pivot. Jam. Block. Step back. Away to 45. Side head. Come on. Ski. Switch both hands. Front foot comes back to the back foot and steps away to 45. Side head. Come on. Ski. Switch both hands. Overhead. Come on. Ski. Come on. Come back to ready. Arigato gozaimasu. So we've started working with some of the other hand weapons. So the next one we'll work with is a tonfa.
Inside?
Tonfa.
Okay. Gosh. Oh. Yep.
So when using the tonfas, it's all in the wrist motion. Obviously, the tonfa, the weapon, the tonfa is based on. All of the weapons are based on hand tools. The tonfa was actually based on the handle of the grindstone. To control the weapon, the tonfa is truly a good defensive weapon. It's a blocking weapon, but it's also a striking weapon. It can also be used to strike low. So we're going to start out with some basic, basically control movement or control exercises. So start out, double lower block. Under, you're striking under the chin, striking over the head. Back, down. Under, over. Back, down. Under, over, back. Down, under, over, back, down, under, over, back, down. So the other basic technique to work on with the tonfa is the basic that's in the tonfa kata. So we'll all start out with right hand forward, left hand at ready. In chamber position, the hand is palm up. This way you're locking the weapon into your, between your arm and the ribs. As you step forward, you turn the palm over and you punch. On the left hand side, you're going to strike to the head, and then back, then the head. Then you come back to block position, step and punch. On the right side, it's a knee strike, head strike. Back. Again. Punch. Now my right hand comes to a block position. Head, head, head. Back. Punch. Knee, knee, head. Back. Punch. Head, head, head. Back. So we're going to do something a little bit different. Josh, Jose, and Liam, a line over here, facing that way. So how can you do this exercise? Start at one side of your yard.
We have to stagger?
Yeah, no, that's fine. And go to the other side of the yard. So go into the grass. Go into the grass. Go back by the tree. And and they're going to do the basic. Over to the fire pit.
We're going to be in a straight thing.
Right foot forward. Itch. Knee. Knee. At your own count. Draw. So turn. Again. Good. Now raise. Stop. Thank you. So that's one way to practice learning that technique, and that represents about half the moves of the kata. To give you a sense, when I was training Kobudo years ago, we would practice at a football field, and we would go from one side of the football field to the other side, doing that basic. Next, we're going to work on the size. Once again, if you have size, obviously you can work with this. There's no easy way to replicate a sai like with a bow. You can just grab a stick. Sais are going to be, you're going to probably have to get your own set. I believe they still can be ordered online, or you can contact me through the website or through Shidoshi. Once again, we're going to start out with the sais in a lower block position. When you hold the sais, the tine will be resting between the thumb and the forefinger. The other three fingers are wrapped around the other tine. The forefinger is on the central tine. As we bring the sai up, I let them pivot and now grab the handle of the sai. The thumb is now supporting the central tine. To bring it down, I shift the thumb over, let the sais rotate, and bring them down. This is a block position. Again, up, down, up. You will notice that I'm pointing the tines outward so that if an attack comes from the side, the tine will trap the opposing weapon. Down. Again, up, down, up, down, up, down. We're going to do a basic similar to the basic we were doing with the tonfa. So right foot out, right hand ready, right hand out, left hand ready. In this case, the chamber hand is palm towards the chest. If it's palm up, you would be stabbing yourselves in the ribs. You don't want to do that. As you step forward with the left foot, you will punch. I'm going to pull back into cat stance. I turn the side outward, and this is a block to deal with either a head strike or a chest strike. I'm going to do a lower block. I'll step back into a front stance and do a thrust to the solar plexus. I will now turn the sai over, block down, step and punch, block, block, thrust, block. Remember to turn the sai outward to block the attack and protect your arm rather than have your arm protect the sai. Step and punch, block, block. I'm in cat stance. Now I'm in front stance. Thrust, block, step through and punch, block, block, thrust. And once again, you can do that from one side of the yard to the other. We're not going to do that, but there is a move in the kata where you throw the side. In one move, it's a single side, and then the other, it's both. You can practice this. So you're going to bring the side over your head. As you step out, you thrust downward and aim with the hand, aim with the forefinger. There is a double throw, and the idea is that we are throwing the sides at our opponent's feet. We are going to do the side kata for the some of the advanced students. Everybody line up. We're going to do the side kata since some of the advanced students know it, but probably haven't been able to practice it recently. We're going to start out with the sides in both hands. The side kata is called Sancho side kata, meaning 3 sides. You'll see in one move in the kata, we appear to be throwing the sides. We're obviously not going to throw the sides because A, we're on asphalt, and we only have 2 sides each. And then we look like we're taking a side out from our back. The idea is that you carry the 3rd side in the belt behind you and then deploy it. Sancho side kata, my count. Onigashimasu. Yoi. We bring both sides up, down. That happens. Let's try that again. It's cold out. Onigashimasu. Yoi. Down. Up. Down. As I bring the sides down, my heels separate. As I bring the sides up, my toes separate. Step through, punch. Block, block, thrust. Turn over, block down. Punch. Block, block, thrust, block down. Punch. Block, block, thrust. In the side kata, this basic is throughout the kata. But on the 3rd count is when we do something different. So we're on the 3rd sequence. We're doing a capture, step back, X block. This is the block, a bow. We are now going to trap, capture the bow, step in, thrust, turn over, double punch. Turn, block, and punch. Now we're doing the basic again. Block, block, thrust, turn over, block down. Punch, block, block, thrust, block down. Turn over, punch, block, block, thrust. If you're keeping count, we're on the 3rd count. So I'm now going to step in, do a heel thrust, and now I'm hooking my opponent's groin with the tine of the side. I turn, I block, bring the side out, step in, thrust, groin hook, block, deploy, thrust, turn over, hook, block, side head strike, turn the side over, and now I'm gouging my opponent's eye. I turn and face the front into a block position. Now I pivot, and here's where I'm throwing a side and at my opponent's foot. Go into a block position. Now I'm taking the 3rd side out, turn, thrust. Turn away, step through, punch. Again, the basic sequence. Block, block, thrust, block down, punch. Block, block, thrust, block down. Step through and punch. Block, block, thrust, double block. And now I'm going to turn, and we would do a double throw. Come back to ready. Sides come up, down, come back to ready. Arigato gozaimasu. So that's it for our fifth class. Once again, I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy, and we look forward to continuing the classes in person in the future. Meditation position. Moxo, eyes closed. Moxo Yame, we bow, Ray. We will train our hearts and bodies for a firm, unshaking spirit. We will pursue the true meaning of the martial way. So that in time, our senses may be alert. With true vigor, we will seek to cultivate a spirit of self-denial. We will observe the rules of courtesy, refrain from violence, and respect our superiors. We will look upwards to wisdom and strength, not seeking other desires. We will follow our gods, and never forget the true virtue of humility. All our lives, through the discipline of the martial arts, we will seek to fulfill the true meaning of the way. Thus, thank you very much for a good class.